of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
Curious. Wait. Isn't finished. I want to look underneath them. Anything else? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Trivix. I want to quickly head back, have a look in there, and it's still telling me to examine the room in which Lady Brackenstall is relaxing. So, what did I miss? Lady Teresa? Lady Teresa? Yeah, screw it. She can be a lady if she wants.
Let us try to open this safe.
Right.
This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Okay. Let's do it nice and slow. Shall we? The dial will vibrate. Which dial? There we are. I see. How does he know this? 5. It's always right, left, right, or some variation thereof. If only it was this easy to crack safes in the real world. Actually, should be glad it isn't. Interesting little mini game, though. Medical report.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
I suppose
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Especially not experienced criminals. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of a hepatic decompensation. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. Drinking too much. There is a particular odour from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration to the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of involving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. He was not a well man, your husband, was he? Lady Eustace Brackenstall. Which, yes, is not her name, but the way it works, at least in the Western world, is that the woman takes the name of her husband, not just the surname. Whether you agree with that or not, that's the tradition. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Personally, I disagree, though I do want any woman I eventually marry, should it happen to that, I would want her to take my surname, but that's because I have a really cool surname. My surname is Coulson. Who would not want that? This is the cutlery, isn't it?
Silverware?
Yep.
This is hardly a coincidence.
And it's in one of the sacks.
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
How very curious. Right. Let's go back and have a Goosey Gander. Have a chat. Robbery is confirmed as the motive. No, the robbery could have been imitated to explain Sir Eustace's death. From Australia, violent behaviour. Sir Eustace Brackenstall assaulted his wife 1 week ago. Don't you know? Right. Let's go have another chat with Lady Mary. She is not being at all truthful about these things, you see. Like I said, I already know what this is, so I'm just going through the motions at the moment to get the solution. Unless they've done something to change it, which does not appear to have happened so far. Come on. What do you have to say for yourself? Tell me about the history of violence.
Sir Eustace's doctor
Good
speaks
film,
of
that,
his
actually.
violent
The
behaviour.
history of violence. Viggo Mortensen.
Sir Eustace was an extremely
Incidentally,
violent man.
Viggo
A
Mortensen once had a
detestable
girlfriend that
human
has
being,
the
to be
same
more precise.
surname, the
It
same
is true
first name
that
as
he
my
once threw a decanter
my
at me.
bunny.
And all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he
Yeah,
was. If
I've
ever
never
one
understood
walked
that.
the earth.
Don't speak
We
ill
met
of
him
somebody because they're
only
dead.
18 months ago. She'd only just arrived.
Doesn't matter
in
how
London.
dead he is.
Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been
Please
from
excuse
home
this,
before.
but Stalin was a cunt.
Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake,
Ted
she
Bundy
has
was a
paid for it,
monster.
if ever a
He was
woman
an
did.
evil,
She
evil
doesn't
man.
have any friends here.
I'm not going to say nice
So it was
things about him just because
especially
he's
hard
dead.
for her.
Yeah, she was very isolated. Tell me about the silverware.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Yes, yes, I
Indeed.
really am. Of course, it also helps that I'm familiar with the story. No personal life from Australia. Married Sir Eustace shortly after arriving in England and remained at home during the time. There was a supposed to be acquainted with anyone. The lady is acquainted with someone from the Rock of Gibraltar. How did those two contradict? Okay, not sure exactly what happened there. Fraps just died on me. Anyway, what I was saying is, how does this clash with this? Seriously. Because I know she's acquainted with a sailor. I checked, by the way, they've actually changed some of the details about this. For example, the year, they've set it 2 years earlier. And it's from the return of Sherlock Holmes. But other than that, it's pretty faithful, actually. I'm surprised at just how faithful it is. They've paid a hell of a lot of attention to the Thingy-Bob Jeremy Brett version, which is never a bad thing.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall.
Yeesh.
It had not been taken very far.
I love the eyes. The
Is that
detailing in
true?
the eyes is
I am very
amazing.
thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
You don't seem particularly
Please leave my Mary alone.
perturbed about
She's
that.
suffered so much.
Yeah, whatever. Right, Inspector. What do you have to say for yourself, my good fellow? My good man. My good chap. You're the chaps. I have the stolen
Inspector,
silverware.
I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes.
Not really, it
And
wasn't
where
hard.
is it?
In the garden well.
No,
Excuse
it's
me?
in my...
Unique,
Never mind.
isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the
Yes.
point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps
There
it was
isn't one.
used as a temporary hiding place. Or
No,
simply
not
the
really.
thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
Indeed it is.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk.
Hmm.
Such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight.
Seriously?
Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
Ouch.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
My
To the
doctor's
point that
surname
we
is
were
Wright.
forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
IGHT. So he was not a nice man. Not a nice man at all. Inspector's tale and the violent behaviour. He was not a good man. Sir Eustace was violent towards his wife. What does this tell me? Sir Eustace was murdered by the one person who was visiting that night. It was he who tied up Lady Brackenstall. He is tall and strong. No. Yeah, well, kind of, yeah. The person who was visiting that night was probably a sailor. Do you know which sailors? Yeah, I've already done that one, so... Yes. Look for a sailor.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
Right.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Yeah. Okay. Damn, dude, you move fast! Real fast! Does Watson have anything to say for himself? Need to press the button. Watson! Watson? Watson? Oh. Okay. Then back to Baker Street. Call in the irregulars? Perhaps? I do know that they feature more than once. Let's have a look. Search for possible sailor suspects. And search archives, Rock of Gibraltar. Oh, right. Could be the name of the ship, couldn't it? I can't remember. I've been to sleep since I saw this. I haven't actually read this one, but I've seen it. The only one I've read actually so far is Scandal in Bohemia. I must go back to that and read them all. I've sort of read more about them than I've actually read them. Okay, am I standing on something again? Right. Newspapers. Rock of Gibraltar, 1986. Sorry, 1986, 1893. Pencliff's Mummy, Rock of Gibraltar's arrival. Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar, a ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, Cunard Building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser. That's her maiden name. The heiress of the Fraser family owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in
Here it
Kent.
is.
Which tells me... Yes! Call in the Baker Street Irregulars.
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
Do I dress like a sailor
I think
again
that if you
for this?
pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
No.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
No, I don't think that's such a good idea. Wiggins! Come here, young chap. I have a task for you, my good boy. 2 more guineas for you, perhaps?
Could you come upstairs, please?
What's he doing? What is he doing? Seriously. Oh, God, it's warm up here. It's freaking autumn. Almost.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you.
Oh.
I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893.
How many of the
and
Baker
their
Street
current
originals
employment.
are there?
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
You really think they'll find it, Holmes?
Oh, yes, most certainly.
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Indeed they are. They get where gas can't. Nobody pays any attention to street urchins.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
That's
Put
fine.
it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Yes, good work indeed. Oh. He's staying.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
Table, you mean desk. It's a desk. It is not a table. That is a table. That is a desk. It has drawers in it. Do you understand the difference? My young boy, do you know the difference between these things? Probably not actually, just a street urchin. What about you, Watson? You should know.
What should
You're an
we do
educated
next,
man.
Holmes?
So, oh, nice. Open. I am going to change my outfit because why the churva dicks? Let me. Oh, god damn it! Fine. Well, whichever one it defaults to, then. Freaking freak, he's a freaking dukes. I will run across the room in frustration. Churva. Okay.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
May 6th, November.
This
12th.
officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Oh, I was trying to. There we are. October, no. May 7th, not 17th. November 10th. Departure from London, November 10th. Departure from Adelaide, Australia on October 23rd. Arrival, that one's possible. Gaia. Departure from Adelaide, Australia on May 6th. No, these seem to be the only ones then. March. Arrival in London, November. No. October to January. No. Actually, that's possible. Charles W.
This
Chair.
officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Right, okay. You know what, screw it, I'll just go through all of them and cross them all out. Jack Crocker.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Anyone else? No. Henry Southwood.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Thomas Walker. Herbert Whittington. And William. Nope, none of them. Samuel L. Graham. Cool. That's Herbert Hawkins, not Herbert Whittington.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Herbert Whittington and Thomas Walker. Nope. Jack Crocker's the only one. Herbert Whittington.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
And Thomas Walker.
This
so
officer
it's Jack
is still
Crocker
at
then.
sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
So
Captain Jack Crocker is
Captain
our
Crocker.
mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Now what? Investigate the murder. Call Crocker to confront him. How do I do this? Do I dress as a
This
sailor again?
Crocker. Do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Wiggins, I have another task for you, my boy. This has been quite a lucrative day for you, hasn't
Wiggins,
it?
could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Captain Crocker?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No,
No
it won't.
problem, Mr. Holmes.
some time later. He has a nasty scratch on his face, does Wiggins. Should get that scene too, my boy.